is on. So hold on. Good morning, guys. It is Monday, and it's not very often I'm this excited on a Monday because it's Monday, and we have 5 more days of this to go through. So, but if you're joining us live right now, you're looking at your screen. You're seeing something that is probably amazing, something that would make you sweat. I'm talking about an FHP patrol car, guys. Everyone relax. Okay, I don't know where your minds are at, but I am talking about that beautiful patrol car there. And today, I am joined by not only a buddy in law enforcement, but just a good friend of mine. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Pete Hooker.
Good morning, Steve.
Good morning. He's so soft.
It's good to see you.
Good morning. Good morning. What's up, brother? How are you, man?
Good. This is the only way I get to see you and hang out with you.
You know, we just have to make calls, make decisions, and then we just meet in random parking lots.
Absolutely.
This is what we do. So I've known you for a while now.
Yeah.
2010 is when I met you,
That's correct.
when I joined the Highway Patrol.
Mm-hmm.
And you weren't one of my field training officers, but you were known in the FTO world at the time.
I was.
For multiple reasons.
Yes.
But you are similar to me, and you maintain standards. You like things a certain way. And that has always kind of been your personality a little bit.
Absolutely.
So where you come from originally, man?
Originally, I'm from Patchogue, Long Island. I moved out of, prior to law enforcement, I did fire rescue and emergency services.
Okay.
Things kind of changed after 9/11. I moved down here in 2004, and I have been with the Florida Highway Patrol ever since.
Nice. Now, what drove your move down here to Florida?
Well, when you lose friends that you knew from that you worked with and things like that,
Right.
and it kind of gives you a different perspective on your career in life. And I volunteered up there as well. I just needed something different to do. So
Yeah, but most people, to bring some humor into a rough situation, most people would go, okay, I'm leaving the first responder world and I'm going to go to Florida and maybe
be a
not,
first responder.
maybe not do law enforcement.
I know it's
And then you went straight to the state highway patrol. So come on.
It was something I always wanted to do.
All
I
right.
love the cars.
Yeah.
I love the uniforms. I love the tradition that the Florida Highway Patrol has.
It is a agency of just, yeah, I would say in the past couple of years, you look at the agency, you go, whoa, technology's kind of advanced a little bit. We're starting to see, but
It's
no
beyond.
matter what, when you look at FHP, there's always this traditional role that it's always played. There's always a
Yes.
historical element to, like, that's the highway patrol.
Absolutely. And the funny thing is when you Google Florida State Trooper, or I'm sorry, just State Trooper in general, and you hit images, what's the first one that always usually pops
Black
up?
and tan.
It's usually Florida.
Well, we did just win the sexiest patrol car in the entire country just recently. That Challenger got the win. I think with a little bit of assistance from SpaceX, but I'll leave that. So listen, man, you have now been Highway Patrol for 20 years?
I'm going into my 20th year, yes.
Going into 20th year. So you have some history, but we've got to realize the Highway Patrol's been around since 1939.
Yes.
So I'm less of a blink than your full blink of time on the Highway Patrol, because you've only been there, in theory, just a little piece of the history that's been around.
Well, what's funny is the minute you walk into the academy, you feel like you're going to have, 20 years is just going to go on, and it doesn't. It goes so fast, and it literally feels like I went through the Highway Patrol school a couple years ago.
Do you
And
remember it like yesterday?
Absolutely.
Ah,
It was the greatest
do
part
too.
of being on the patrol.
It was I would say it's a bittersweet, because to say, would you go do it again? I don't know if I would go and do 27 weeks at the law enforcement training center again.
Well, remember this. You went to
I
the
knew,
new academy.
Oh, God, here we go.
You went to the new academy. I went through the
actual
Florida Highway Patrol Academy.
So ours was called the Pat Thomas because FHP contracted, but we're still at FHP instructors. He is right. It was a different academy.
Completely different. Completely different.
Your entire life was ran by Florida Highway Patrol troopers. There was no, oh, well, go see the front desk lady, or there was none.
No.
None of that. So obviously you have a passion for tradition.
Yes.
You recently made a purchase of your own, on your own.
About a year and a half ago.
About a year and a half ago. Something I have always dreamt about. I think there are troopers who dream about this because when you're in the Highway Patrol, you get to introduce to the longevity of different vehicles that we have a history of using.
Yes.
And I remember when I joined the Highway Patrol, everyone and their mom talked about the Ford Mustangs.
Yes.
Everybody.
Yes.
Because it's like, it was the lightest, fastest car on the road.
Absolutely.
And you mean it was black and tan, you're going to pay for the gas, and you're going to put blue lights on it.
Yep.
Sign me up, kind of thing.
Yeah,
So you just bought something.
I did. It's a 1988 Florida Highway Patrol Ford Mustang SSP, or the special purpose vehicle. And if you got a little bit, I'd love to show it to you.
I would love to see it. Let's hop on out.
All right.
And let's check this thing out. I'll meet you out there.
You got it.
All right, guys, so what's going to happen here, we're going to jump out real quick, and we're going to join Pete with the vehicle and take a nice walk around out of it. So I hope you enjoy this. Let's check this out. Stand by 1 second. All right. Hold on. There we go. All right. Checking audios. We are good. We are looking good. We are feeling good. All right, guys. So, as long as you can hear me, we are good. All right, so we are here in the parking lot of Decision Tactical, family-friendly location here in the Sanford area that gives you real-life law enforcement, not only experience, but they offer some training as well. They have a great training facility here where they team up with some of the local law enforcement. So that's where we are here. Thanks to Decision Tactical for allowing us to kind of hang out here. So, my brother, show me this beautiful specimen of a vehicle that you have here, and it's gorgeous.
Thank you. This is a true 1988 Florida Highway Patrol Special Service Mustang. I own it. It's a personal vehicle. This isn't a vehicle that I take out on the road or anything like that. It specifically goes to car shows. Everybody sees this. These are not something that you see on the road every day.
Right.
When I do take it out, it's covered, so it doesn't draw too much attention. But
and
people,
you keep this at home.
It stays in my garage.
So, and I want to be clear with this. You, Pete Hooker, own this car.
I do.
Thank you. All right.
These vehicles were first introduced to the California Highway Patrol in 1982.
All right.
For test purposes. The SSP, or the Special Service Package Mustang, was available to agencies nationwide starting in 1983. And between 1982 and 1993, approximately 15,000 of these Mustangs were used for police pursuit, patrol, and undercover use from small towns to sheriff's departments to large state and federal agencies such as California, the DEA, the FBI, and the Florida Highway Patrol. What a lot of people don't realize is that these vehicles actually were used to chase down the U-2 spy planes.
I knew this.
Back in the day.
Yes.
So the Florida Highway Patrol was second only behind the California Highway Patrol in numbers of units purchased, totaling approximately 1,600 1983 to 1993. And 40 units were purchased in 1983 for use on the Turnpike, where I'm from, in Troop K, as you know. When the FHP discovered how effective these cars were compared to other vehicles available More were quickly ordered, and they became a staple pursuit use for the next 15 years in FHP. The majority of these FHP Mustangs were marked units like this one.
Okay.
And all were 5 speeds. They were light, fast, nimble. These cars worked very well tracking down speeders and serving in drug interdiction during their tenure on the Florida highways. The SSP is equipped with the exact drivetrain as the GT and the LX models with the 5.0 engine, and locking rear with either a 2.73 or a 3.27 ratio or a 3.08 manual. The SSP option included other items geared for durability, handling, and police usage, and some of the typical special service DSO items on this vehicle. They have quite a few. I'll read them to you. It was the 130 amp alternator, the engine oil cooler, the front floor pan was reinforced on both sides because you know when you're driving on the shoulders of the median, you do bottom out on things. They had the heavy duty bucket seats, the light switches were inoperative door courtesy, 140 mile an hour certified calibration speedometer, radio noise suppression package, 225 horsepower at 4,200 RPM, and the torque was 300 at 3,200 RPM. It had the relocated deck lid release, the aircraft style hose clamps, which I'm going to show you here in a minute. It had the silicone hoses, the restrictor heater hose inlet, sound absorber, underhood was deleted, the full-size spare came in the back of the car, which you don't see now on any cars.
Right.
The VASCAR speedometer cable, which it still has, but I took the VASCAR out because I'm having it rewired.
Gotcha, okay.
The transmission oil cooler, and it has a posi rear 308 axle ratio.
So, Pete, show me a little bit of this equipment. So what are we looking at here? It's amazing to see a manual patrol vehicle, kind of cool. But when it comes to like the equipment up here, what are we looking at when it comes into order? What is that first white machinery box looking
Steve,
thing?
this is very old technology. That is an old Motorola radio that had your channel selectors. You could scan with it. And then you had your emergency button where you see where it says code.
Okay.
That's original. The K55 radar is one of the type of radars that they used in the vehicle.
That's what we're looking at next to the campaign hat there. Yeah.
Yes, let me move that out of the way. This is an original Trooper campaign hat, by the way.
Wow.
The car itself, like I said earlier, is based on the LX Mustang. These switches that were put in here, those are not FHP switches. The FHP switches I actually have at home, and I had them recreated using 3D printing, so they would look identical to this. I have not put them in.
Right. This is so cool.
So let me show you under the hood.
All right, yeah.
The car is very clean. I haven't. I did a lot of work to this car. Let me see. Where is?
And now, you're responsible for the maintenance and maintaining the history of this vehicle.
Correct.
This is all you. This is a hobby.
This is just a hobby. This is my car, but like I said, I don't get to drive it much because it's not something you want to take out.
And there are some rules that you're in agreement with the state in order for you to maintain this type of history.
Absolutely. So this is the 5.0 high output 8-cylinder that they had back in the day. The stickers, all of the stickers here have been replaced. These are replicas because these weren't on the car when I got them. That one was all ripped and faded. I had that one reproduced. But these are the original aircraft hoses that are on the car. When I got it, the belts were very deteriorated. The tires were rotted beyond what I was able to drive on it. I was afraid of my driveway with them, to be honest with you.
Wow.
Some of the stickers were not the era appropriate ones.
Okay.
So I had a couple of them redone as well. Someone helped me out with that. And then the Florida Arrive Alive. Everybody sees the Florida Highway Patrol
and they
cars.
Just know.
And the minute you see that Arrive Alive tag, whether it's on a newer car or an older car, you know what that means. This is how it looked when I originally received the car. And it was in bad shape. And restored that thing front to back. So it came out really good. I did a little bit of engine work.
Okay.
The transmission and the clutch were rebuilt 4,000 miles ago. Like I said, there were just little things that I replaced that you wanted to try to keep.
Yeah, you want to keep maintained, and you want to make sure that those things are at least staying new.
Absolutely.
Can we crank her up?
We can crank her up, absolutely. You want the hood open or closed?
Yeah, let's keep it open so we can hear this baby. So guys, again, if you're joining us, we're getting a nice stream here with Pete, buddy of mine, who's also a Florida trooper who owns this 1988 Ford Mustang.
I can't comprehend when you talk to other troopers and they tell you, yeah, I used to have one of these Mustangs. I can't comprehend how they used to do the job in this car, because the Dodge Charger, I'm a bigger guy, I know that, but there were guys bigger than me driving these cars back in the day, and I honestly don't know how they didn't force it.
And you still had to take a bad guy to jail.
Yes.
All your paperwork in the car.
And the bad guy used to sit at, our policy still says, if you don't have a cage, they have to sit in the right-hand front seat of the car. Now, imagine you arrest a drunk driver, you take him to jail.
And they got to hang out with you, and you got to manually shift.
Have to manually shift this car. So it was quite a task back in the day. I can only imagine.
Awesome, man. I appreciate it.
Not a problem. And then I'm going to show you one thing in the back.
All right.
So this was, you asked about the radio earlier. This radio, this is what they called a Rat Pack system back in the day.
Rat Pack system.
And that would produce more wattage for your radio back in the day, because they didn't have repeater systems like we have today.
Wow, so that's just more juice just sitting in the trunk, basically.
Yeah. This was originally a Troop C Tampa car, but because I'm out of Troop K, I made the license plate Troop K.
And for those that are watching, Troop K is responsible for all of the Florida Highway Patrol Turnpike from Miami all the way here to Orlando, the I-75 area.
That's correct. So, but she
sounds great, man.
She's a good car. She's very good.
You definitely have yourself a amazing piece of history here. And of course, as a buddy of yours, I just want to say thanks for not only as a trooper, but maintaining this, but sharing it
absolutely
with me, our viewers here. So if you guys want more of this history, you want to watch it again, of course you can head over to clickorlando.com, New 6 Plus. But I am going to take this, the YouTube link, and I'm going to put it on my Facebook page so that you can check this out. I'm going to hang out with Pete here.
Do you want to drive it?
I think I want to drive it.
There's only one other person that drove it other than you, and that's Hector from Fast and the Furious.
I think Hector's got me beat on multiple levels there, but
absolutely.
But guys, I'm going to take this thing out for a spin. You guys have an amazing day. Please be safe. We'll catch you later. Pete, thanks, brother.
Absolutely, buddy.
See you guys.